Hey everybody, what's up? What's going on for the week? I hope y'all had a good weekend. So, we started our skeleton scenes for Halloween. We're a little early, but better early than late, I guess. That's what I have in my back seat. I went to the Dollar Tree and I found some accessories for them. I got them each a little like pumpkin so they can trick-or-treat with the trick-or-treaters. We'll have them sitting around the porch when we are handing out candy. So they'll have their little bags as well. That'll be the last day. If you want to check out the first day, I have that posted under my shorts. We just have them hanging on the porch right now. We'll probably change the scenes every 3 days, maybe once a week, depending on how many ideas we have and how difficult it is to set them up. What we did was we got 2 glow-in-the-dark skeletons, so we wouldn't have to worry about lighting or anything. They're very visible during the day because they're like a quirky green color, and then at night they glow. Also just got in some glow-in-the-dark hula hoop tubing, so we'll have a day with them with their matching hoops. So if you're interested in glow-in-the-dark hula hoop, we just restocked our glow-in-the-dark tubing. It's available in both 5/8 and 3/4 inch tubing. So I know we've been talking about over the past couple weeks about vitamins and minerals, and we will get into the minerals later on. That's what I've been working on right now. But as for the vitamins, this is a cool little it's called a loaded tea, and it has multivitamin in it, so you're getting vitamins and minerals in a liquid form, which is sometimes better than in a pill form because it's more easily digestible. So this is one way we've been trying to get more vitamins and minerals in. It has caffeine in it as well, and collagen for your skin. But then they write these little sayings on it, like this one says, "Embrace your quirks, they make you unique." I thought that was such a cute little saying, because a lot of times we try to hide our little quirky tendencies, but that is what makes us unique. So there's creative ways to get your intake in, and this is one of them. It's very refreshing too. It's better than like an afternoon cup of coffee, and it has 3 times the caffeine as a cup of coffee, which is totally welcome in the work week, right? But that is a good way to get some vitamins and minerals in. And like I said, embrace your quirks, they make you unique. So we're doing skeleton scenes. I have a couple ideas. I had a customer come in today. He makes art with recycled tires, which is like really cool because apparently it's not very friendly to the earth to bury a tire. So he'll try to reuse them. He makes like literally like these art installations, but he did a wishing well, and it's a small little wishing well. So with my 2 skeletons that we're going to be doing different scenes in the yard, I bought a baby skeleton today. And I was like, well, how can we make the skeleton pregnant, because she's a skeleton, you know? But so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use the wishing well that he made, and we'll have the skeletons throwing in some coins, you know, to make a wish. And then a couple days later, we're going to make the little baby skeleton come out the wishing well. I thought it'd be a cool idea. So that's kind of what we've been up to. My husband says that I'm over planning, but you have to think about all the little small details to make it easier when you're setting it up. We got some rebar that's 5 feet tall, as tall as them, so we can bound them onto so they can like stand up and stuff without the wind knocking them over. We'll probably, we're planning on using zip ties. We haven't gotten that far yet, so we'll see how that goes. But if you have any ideas, please tell me what you have, because I would love for the neighbors to enjoy it as much as possible. what we're going to be doing is changing the skeletons. We have 2 of them. We're going to be changing the scene every couple days. So like I said, right now they're chilling on the porch. I might put one with like the weed killer, like he's working in the yard. Then we have the wishing well idea. So if you have any like cool, quirky ideas, anything that you've seen online or think would be funny, we'll probably do like a workout scene. Then we have cornhole. We'll set them up with cornhole and let the skeletons in the front yard look like they're playing cornhole. We even have like a little baby pool. We'll probably put them some flippers and some scuba gear on, snorkeling gear, I'm sorry. And every couple days we'll change the scenes of the skeletons in the yard. I'd seen it years ago on my way home. Someone would do it, and I waited for them to do it the next year, and it never came to. So I was like, why don't we do it for our neighborhood? Let our neighbors enjoy it. Like I looked forward to passing in front of this house like every day. I was like waiting to see if the skeletons had changed scenes, what they were up to. Like it was just really cool. So we've decided to do it this year. We're gonna be documenting it, so you guys can join in on the fun. I posted the first one already on my shorts. They're just hanging out on the porch right now, doing a little art project. So the next scene will be them hula hooping. We just made a new batch of tie-dye hula hoops. They're spray painted, and they're also going to be blacklight responsive, UV reactive. So I don't have them listed yet, but they will be in our shop soon. We had done it with like the primary colors, just like the basic rainbow colors. We had done a tie-dye design and everyone really liked it. So we did it with the neon colors this time to, you know, give a different batch, a different look. But under black light, they look really, really cool. I'm debating if I should add some tape to them yet. I'm not sure. We might do one, each one unique. I'll have to play with them a little bit. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow, probably on here. So if you guys are interested, come check out on my last live where it says a day in the life of I Dream of Hoops. We have the beginning process of the spray painting, so you can kind of see the technique. Monday's going pretty good, guys. Got my vitamin. I call it twisted tea, but it's a vitamin tea. It's fully loaded. It's full of vitamins, minerals, 3 cups of caffeine, and collagen. So there are creative ways to try to get your intake up, which we've been going over. But if y'all have any ideas for the skeleton scenes, there's 2 of them, and then I bought a little baby skeleton today. So we'll have 3 technically. Then I have a inflatable ghost. One of the scenes that the yard that I'm stealing the idea from did was they had a box that said do not open, and the skeletons were like hovering over the box like, should we open it? Well, a couple days later, passed by the house, skeletons had opened the box and a ghost had popped out. So that's been on my radar. We're definitely doing that scene. So I was gonna make like a homemade ghost out of a trash bag. We used to do them when I was little, but they don't have a whole lot of presents. So I went to the Dollar Tree today and they had an inflatable 4 or 5 foot ghost. So that'll be the ghost that comes out of the box whenever they do open it. And like I said, we will be sharing this with you guys. So if you're interested, just stay with us, like and subscribe so you can follow us all the way to Halloween and see all the different scenes. You might get inspired and want to do it yourself for your neighbors, like we did. So everybody loves spooky season. It's a big thing in the Hooper community. So if anyone needs like a custom hoop for their costume, let me know. Does anyone know who Lisa Frank is? Nobody? Am I showing my age now? So Lisa Frank is a brand, and they would make a whole lot of stickers when I was little, like real whimsical stickers, unicorns, puppies, kitty cats, rainbows, all the fun stuff. I absolutely loved Lisa Frank when I was growing up. Well, I had the idea to maybe make a Lisa Frank hoop. So I ordered some Lisa Frank stickers. They're en route to me now. So hopefully it works out, and we're gonna do some type of like mosaic hoop with the Lisa Frank stickers, just kind of throughout. I'm not sure. I'll have to play with it a little bit, see if it looks good over colored tubing, or if it looks good on the clear, or we might even like paint underneath, kind of like the tie-dye that we did, and put the Lisa Frank on top. I'm not sure how I'm gonna lay them out, but the nostalgia is going to be real. I'm super excited to just see the stickers, to get the stickers, honestly, just like when we were younger. But I also have some blood splatter hula hoops. They're on white tubing because we tried the clear. The clear, anytime you're painting something, if you're painting plastic, clear won't take to the colors as well as like a white will, just like with primer or anything like that. So we're gonna have the blood splattered hoops in our shop. They're available now. If you're interested, if you have a spooky costume where a blood splatter hoop would be a good addition, go check out our store on my website, dreamofhoops.com.co. If you use code HoopDreams, you save 20% off at checkout. And Hoop Dreams is always available, that code. So if you need a spooky fun hoop for Halloween, or if you're just looking for one for fun and for exercise, go check out our page. If you have any questions about sizing, let us know. We do have a beginner bundle. It is a beginner hoop and a bare polypro, which makes it nice because we always encourage a new hooper to get a big hoop because it's you get the most success with on-body hooping, like waist hooping or shoulder hooping, knee hooping, stuff like that. That's considered on-body. What happens is the circle's bigger, so the rotation is slower, and it gives you more time in between each rotation. So it's not quite as fast moving. It's easier for learning. But if you're petite and you get a big old beginner hoop, sometimes the off-body tricks will be hard, stuff that you do with your arms. Because if you think about it, like if your arms are short and your hula hoop's really big, it's just like almost like an exaggerated motion that you have to do. So that's why it's not a sales gimmick. We really are encouraging you to buy 2 hoops so you can have the most success with on and off-body tricks. Because when you start hooping, you go down the rabbit hole of all of these hoop videos and you start exploring and you're like, oh my god, I want to do that trick. Well, it depends on the trick and what size hoop would work best for it. So that's why we do recommend 2 hoops. But you can always start with 1. Waist hooping is a task in itself for most people, so that'll take time. That's where the on-body stuff's where you really get the most like cardio type workout. Where the off body will be more like for arm toning, leg toning, and just keeping your heart rate up. So depending what you're looking for, but we do recommend definitely getting 2 hoops to start. But yeah, so like I said, the dude just came in today with the wishing well, and I was like, what are we gonna do with this thing? And then I started thinking about the skeletons, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. It's kind of spooky looking, you know, it's made out of tires. So we're hoping that the neighbors are going to love the skeleton scenes. Let me think of some examples from the house that I'd seen it at. Like one day they were working out one was doing push-ups, one was doing jumping jacks, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'm actually passing in front of the house right now. No skeletons, no! But I have them at home now, so I'm really excited to share it with the neighborhood. Everyone's really participatory in spooky season in our neighborhood, so we figured we would join in on the fun. We always pass out candy, but we don't always decorate, so we figured it would be good to participate in the decorations and then also give out candy. So we're gonna give it the old college try. Hope everyone had a good week last week, and hopefully we have a productive week this week. Do we have any goals in mind for the week? Is anyone have any plans? Anything outside of our daily routines? Because we always want to add something new, something thought-provoking to our daily routine so it doesn't just get so boring. We, like I said, are working on the skeleton scenes right now. We're gonna put 2 skeletons in the front yard, and one day this will be an easy one. We're gonna do like the Thriller. We're gonna have like with their arms up like Thriller. I thought that would be a cool idea. But we'll just change the scenes every couple days. So I'm trying to organize it as best as possible. I'm gonna be changing it every few days. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go into my calendar on my phone and try to put the ideas in order where it would be easiest for us to readjust them, if that makes sense. You know, we're gonna be using rebar, which is just like a strong bar, put it into the ground and binding the skeleton to the rebar. So if I have scenes where they're both pretty much in the same spots, then we'll try to do those scenes back to back so we don't have to keep moving the rebar around. Try to make it a little bit easier on ourselves. The more you organize, the better you are. But I got them some accessories today at the Dollar Tree. They each have their own little bucket to go trick-or-treating. They're gonna be with us when we're passing out candy, so I thought that would be a cute idea. That'll be like their last scene. They'll be trick-or-treating. I got them a baby ghost. So, I'm sorry, a baby skeleton. So we're gonna maybe do like a proposal one day where one of the skeletons is proposing, and then after the proposal naturally comes the baby. So I figured the baby would be a good addition. Like I said, I have this Indian customer who likes to repurpose tires. So he repurposed tires into a little miniature wishing well, which is pretty small. So we'll have the skeletons make a wish. I don't know how I can get that to convey. Maybe like get like a big fake coin, and then we can put it in the skeleton's hand, like he's like throwing it into the wishing well. And then after a couple days, we'll make the little baby skeleton come out of the wishing well, like they wish for a baby, and after their marriage, and here's the baby. And then I bought a ghost as well, an inflatable ghost. So we're gonna do a day. The ghost will become part of the scene eventually. It'll just be the 2 skeletons at first, then we'll add the baby. So now I have to think about the baby. We're gonna have to keep him in the scenes as well. And then we have an inflatable ghost that'll has stakes so we can keep it into the ground. What we'll do is we'll do a box that says do not open. The skeletons will be like hovered over the box, and then a couple days later they'll open the box, and then we'll have the ghost in front of it, like they let the ghost out of the box. So if you have any ideas, y'all, please let me know. I would love to add some of y'all input if the idea is good and creative. But this week, like I said, that's one thing that I'm working on. We've also been working on cleaning up our products, which we've been doing pretty good on. We've been using beef towel, TALLOW, on our faces. We've been using it for, I'd say, about a week. I mean, just off the top of my head. It feels really good on the skin. So that's what we've been doing in our house, is trying to take it slow. It's overwhelming when you realize that there's chemicals everywhere. So anytime I identify a product that might be too chemically enhanced for me, I'll start looking for alternatives, find people online, try to get advice from them. So the beef towel is definitely worth a shot. It's good for more. You can feel it's very moisturizing. My skin texture has changed completely. My husband loves it. My mom loves it. They have a more mature skin than I do. So overall, I would recommend the beef towel. I told you guys I would kind of update y'all on it. This is not sponsored. This is just us trying to find healthy products together. And the more information we have and the more that we share with each other, that's more power in our hands. And then we're trying to weed off corporate America and show them like, hey, we have better alternatives and we don't want your junk products. So unless you guys step it up, which they've chosen not to do for a long time because competition is very sparse. So we're trying to take money out of the big guys' pocketbooks, put it into little small businesses. And the beef towel is a good alternative to any type of face lotion that you use. It should be grass-fed if you're looking into it. I heard that there are a lot of like fakes out there now because it is so highly sought after. So that just tells you there that it works. It's a sign in my book. But you want to get it from Based Supplies, BASED Supplies. They were the original ones that did it. A lot of people it is still beef towel, but if it's not grass-fed, then it will have like a funky smell, they say. The only thing they really add to it is stuff for scent, like rose. When you look on the back of the beef towel, you can understand and read every ingredient. So that's kind of what we're looking for. If you look on the back of something and the ingredients are isopropyl, you know, like all these like crazy words that we don't understand, it means it's man-made and it's a chemical. And our bodies don't want it. Our bodies will reject chemicals or anything man-made. So that could be a big problem that we're all having, you know, to be honest. So we're slowly trying to clean up our act. It is overwhelming, so just one thing at a time. After we finish up we just think about anything that we put onto our skin. You know, like I kind of missed the face lotion thing. I was like, okay, my soap is better. We're using, we use Dove White, which was recommended by my dermatologist. But we use Dove White. And then we're using the beef towel for moisturizer. And that's pretty much all that I put on my face. I will exfoliate a couple times a week. But now we're going to be moving into the kitchen. Like, what are good alternatives for all this processed food that we eat? Let's see. I have it in a bag right here. But it's honey made by my parents' neighbor. It's a little boy. He's about 10 years old. Him and his dad put on their bee suits and they take care of the bees. They extract the honey after. And let me tell you guys, so the honey that you buy at the store is not real honey. It's just sugary, processed, like everything else. Just easy to make. Take the labor out of it, give them some fructose corn syrup and call it a day. Well, this honey is pure, natural, no additives. It will like crystallize a little bit sometimes, but it's because it doesn't have any additives in it. That's what the additives are for more consistent textures and stuff like that, but it's still a chemical nonetheless. So my mom started taking a spoonful of honey, and this is from their neighbor's house, okay? So it's pollinated with all the local bugs and flowers and all that. That's where the pollination comes from. Her allergies are gone. She went from like crazy allergies to them being completely gone. So it just goes to show you that like good products can do good things for us. They can do good things for our bodies. Our product lines have been so contaminated that we don't even know what a good product is anymore. You know, like I said, like the honey, you think, okay, well, honey, it's natural, it's healthy, so I'm gonna get honey as my sweetener. Well, if you buy it from the store, it's still all man-made. It's not even really honey, you know, like we've gotten so far off track. So with the education that we've been doing, we're just trying to hone in and figure out how do we get back to the basics. It's really not that complicated. We've overly complicated everything. As for our food, our products, you know what the best thing would probably be to do? To get an old book of like the home remedies that your grandmothers used to tell you, like, oh, the hot toddy, if you do like whiskey and honey, that's hot, it's good for like a sore throat, which it is. Like, it's much better than all this medicine. There are there all are alternatives out there, but we just have to find them. So we're on the hunt for good products. They do exist. They're usually the smaller businesses will be not in the center of the section. If you're like in a specific section, you want to look on the outskirts, because that's where the small businesses will be. That's where the more all-natural products will be. Corporate America's old slimy, chemical-filled products will be dead center. And that's pretty much what we have in our house. So we're trying to educate. I changed the type of tampons that I use because those are full of heavy metals and stuff. So I changed from Playtex to honey pot. And when I tell you, like, I love honey pot versus the Playtex, I just didn't know that it existed. I wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't keeping my head on a swivel. So whenever you're not satisfied with the product, but you're just buying it because you think that's the only thing available, just kind of creep on to the outskirts of the aisles and see what they got going on. You know, like, that's where you're going to find the fluoride-free toothpaste. That's where you're going to find the organic face creams and stuff. So just, that's why I say, like, sharing this knowledge is power, because if we all share little secrets, then we'll find success together. And that's like what Mr. Beast did. Mr. Beast is one of the biggest YouTubers out there. And he said that they made a group of people, all people that do YouTube, and whenever they would make like a major mistake or find something that really wasn't working, they would share it in a group chat together. So it's like, why make the mistake if someone's already made it and they can share that information with you? So that's kind of what we're trying to get at. We're trying to get good, clean products. So like I said, we've changed that in our house last week. I'm very impressed with the honey pot. There are a couple other organic brands, but rumor has it that that's why a lot of people are having lady problems and not being able to conceive. It's because we're poisoning our lady parts with the stuff that we're using. And like, come on, like, that's something right there, a perfect example. Like, you'd never think about that. You would never think about that. Like, it's just part of our lives. Let me go to the store, grab this. But it's like, we have to do better. We have to approach everything with caution. We know that there's a lot of BS now. You can't take everything at face value anymore, unfortunately. So just do your research and try to provide clean products for your house, because it's your family, you know? It's like, you don't want to get sick from a product and then have to nurse yourself back to health. What we're trying to do is prevent getting sick. We want to stop it from happening by doing things as naturally and clean as possible. We'll still be exposed to the elements everywhere else, but we can minimize it, and the place to start is in your own home. So if you're interested in this type of information, just follow us, and there will be more. We've gone over, I went to school for nutrition, so that's kind of where my holistic natural tendencies come from. But we've gone over all the macronutrients, and now we've also gone over all of the vitamins, so we'll be going over the minerals. I have to do more research on those, but I will get that information to you. And then what we do is we kind of explain like what happens when you're deficient, what happens if you take too much, is it bad to take too much? And then that way hopefully we can identify a problem that someone might be having and then provide them the solution right there, a natural solution. It could be just a vitamin deficiency. Like I said, not everything's rocket science. Not like, oh, my skin's irritated, so let me find this magical cream full of chemicals. It's like, no, we need to step back. We need to try to get more natural products, things that we understand what the ingredients are. If you're questioning if it's a good product or not, just look on the back. Like with the tampons, okay? So I looked on the back of the box of my Playtex, and it literally had 5+ ingredients that I have no idea what it is. It's supposed to be a piece of cotton, you know? So like, red flag starts going off. I go look at the better alternative. It has exactly what it's supposed to have in it, just cotton. You know, so like we have to wise up, because corporate America is not going to give us the wisdom. They're just trying to get the profit. If you notice in the deodorant section now, there's aluminum free deodorant. All of a sudden everybody's going aluminum free. Why? Well, it's because aluminum can cause breast cancer. So whenever it rubs off on the side of your boob, then that's where most breast cancer is found. So causational issue would be the aluminum. They've probably known this for years. We're like, oh, well, the aluminum helps with this. We can't get rid of that. And now we have a breast cancer epidemic. So, like I said, don't take everything they say with a grain of salt, or watch what they don't say. You know, like, why is it aluminum free? Like, why can't they just give us the truth? Like, we're adults. We can make responsible decisions. So just let us know how it is. You know, just give it to us raw, and we can decide for ourselves, you know? And if you're making product innovation used to be a big thing in the 90s. Like in the 90s, everyone was trying to one up their competitor because there was still competition. Now, there's a handful of people that pretty much own everything. Even if you see a different brand on the shelf, it could be, say, one particular product has 10 different brands. 9 of the 10 brands are probably owned by the same people, which is crazy. So it's like there is no real competition. It might look like it on the shelf, but as for competitors, no, there's not. And that shows after the competition went away, so did the innovation and product improvement. So there is a way to slowly smother corporate America like they've done to us. They probably harmed one of your family members, secondarily, you know, not directly, but with their products, and you might not even have connected those dots. So like I said, it's a good reason to support a small business, to try to find better products for yourself, and to tame the beast of corporate America and show them who's really boss. If you don't have no consumers, you ain't got nothing, corporate America. So that's our goal here, guys. I hope you guys got some good information. I will be back this week with our skeleton scene, so if you're interested in that, stick with us throughout the spooky season. We also have our blood splatter hoops, and we have Hoop of the Month, which is Black Diamond, and all you have to do is add it to your cart for your discount. It'll be 20% off all month on our website, and then it's 10% off on Etsy. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Thanks for listening.